Well, today we're 87% sure to have a little bit of fun. We once again dug the Monza out of the trees. Last episode she turned over a little bit for a guy, and this episode we're gonna make it run, maybe-ish. And I got a friend making a track in his backyard right now, so if she fires, we're gonna shovel some coal in her and just, really test on it. And if that doesn't happen, I do have a plan J. I just hope we don't have to get that far down the list. What's on your agenda today?
Probably going to change the oil on it if we get it running. Then probably clean the stuff out of the back so you don't cut your head off while you're racing it.
Yeah, barbecue grate to the face probably wouldn't feel good. So first thing let's do is dump some fire maker down her while we got her on the car lift here. And then if she pops off, we'll continue, because I'm really not going to put more money in this thing. Well, this battery went from Rocky to the Monza to test on it, to the 70 Chevelle, which went to Street Machine Nationals, back to Rocky so I can move it out of the shop, and now she's going back in the Monza. Some of you fellers dream about winning the lottery or maybe going to the Budweiser plant for a tour, but I kind of dream about Farm Fleet dropping a pallet of batteries off at the shop. Nice thing about having Jessica here today is I'm just gonna go ahead and knock down some cold snacks and let her do most of it. Let's get the hood open on this thing. Remember, on this particular unit, you really got to give her a bend. Hold up. Push on her. Lean on it. There we go. Oh, I need my hood prop 300. Be right back. So based on the 97 pounds of oil that was lightly sprayed throughout here, I do think she's going to fire, most likely, but I don't think she's going to run very good. But if I can get 115 hot laps out of her, I'll be happy. That ought to work, huh?
Nope.
Move your foot out of there, though.
Well.
What are you doing? Put it on the cap.
Capped it?
Right there.
Well, I think I just cut that.
Oh, yeah. Went ahead and cut them. Turn it the other way. No, sideways. This way. Yep. Over there. Then lean on it. Nope. Up there. Get in there. Look at that.
Boom.
Alright. Let's see what we got underneath this. I don't know why these bolts are 6 miles long. That doesn't seem to make sense. Yeah, looks like a carburetor. Oh, what? I don't know what that spring is, but it's busted. Look at this. What is that even doing?
It's not working.
Is that supposed to be the return spring? You don't need the return springs, you just keep her to the mat.
Ooh, that was purple.
Well, we found some gas for the Evinrude, that ought to work. Let's see, I suppose we should make sure there's oil on this thing before we pop her off. I'm not even sure where that's at. Is it over there?
Yeah.
An old tubey thingy?
Oh, right there.
Oh, yeah. Got her. Good enough. It's actually got a little gas in it, which means she's been ran when you could taste gas on the oil. Alright, you can put some gas in her. Alright, give her just a little snip in there. Yeah, that's way too much, which is perfect. We're running safety 9th around here, so I got some really high quality anti-ice cubes up here just in case we got to cool her down a little bit. Jessica's going to run all the NASCAR switches in there. I don't know what they mean, and we'll see if she fires, I guess. Go ahead and hit the button. Come on! Nope. Definitely not turning over. Try again. again. Alright. Well, that's pretty much doing exactly what I expected. The good news is the blow-by is so bad I can see the rags and the valve cover moving an inch each time the compression hits, so that's good. I suppose a guy can test the old sparkulator wires and see if we got any juice there, and then we'll go ahead and have Jessica dump 6 gallons of more fuel down her. Let's see. I like these units because the guy doesn't have to read the digicals. Basically, if you get a light, she's got electricity, and you don't have to worry about settings and what have you. And just see if we got power to the ignition coil. Are all this, is the big switch on?
Yeah.
Put it down and up. Up. Middle switch. Definitely fuel pump. Okay, that one off. And then the other switch. Yeah.
It's on.
It's on?
Yep.
Flip it down. Just keep it down. Oh, what in the devil? Flip it up. Maybe go down, up, down.
Down.
Down, up. Down, up.
Up. Down. Up.
Yeah, that's not working. If you look closely in that, get in there and look. You see on that toggle switch, you looking at it? The top one? We got a wire broke off, and guy's thinking that's gonna be it. So I'm gonna strip her and hang her on there, and then Jessica will do the poker upper and see if that's it. Alright.
Oh.
Now?
Yeah. Yep.
There?
Yep.
Off?
Yep.
On?
No.
On?
Yep.
Boom.
Fixed.
I just got to put a little clampulator thingy on the wire, and I think the issue was we just weren't getting old spark to the fire makers. Okay, we'll give on her again. I think we got some power now, so that ought to do something. That switch up, that switch up. All right, go ahead. Stop. You still don't want to fire on a guy. These plug wires are crap, but still do something. Getting power to the distributor. Maybe we flooded it?
I don't know what would have done that.
Yeah. Alright. I'm about 300% sure it's flooded, but let's give her some more. Crank on her. Well, I guess we'll pull a sparkulator out of it and go ahead and diagnose on that. Well, that looks good. Oh, wait a second. All that's going to blow into the cylinder. Get out of there! That one looks more better. Let's see what we got. Oh, milky, weird stuff. Actually, doesn't look like it's got a lot of fuel on it, which is really surprising. So let's go ahead and just hang her out here, and then we'll crank it over, see if we get spark. Yeah, it's probably not not getting grounded good enough. Maybe my sparkulator tool. No spark?
Nope.
Yeah. This little guy's handy. You just hook this on the old sparkulator, jam this up the wire, and if the light bulb goes off, you got spark. Something a little bit like that. A little bit like that. Go ahead. Captain's log. Don't park in the sun when it's 150. Well, let's see if we can go ahead and dig in here a little farther. See what's going on with the old ignition. Well, the rotor looks fine. I just don't know yet, but hang in there. Where'd my stabber go? As soon as I get the ignition twirler off here, then we'll see if we got power to the ignition module. And then we'll pull that off and I'm going to show you something. Oh, that looks rusted and good. Anywho, we got power. So it's not wiring up in here. So I think what we're going to do is take this ignition module out. There's the ignition module out of the old girl, and it's pretty common in old GMs for these to burn up, and it simply from just getting overheated in the old Dizzy. Guys will replace them, but they don't put the old silicone under here. There's some goop that comes in it. You gotta smear that over this bottom plate before you set it in the distributor, or you're just gonna cook the next one and have to replace her again. So I'm gonna give the old parts store a holler and see if they got another module, and I'm positive they won't have a coil, but I'll ask anyway. And then we're probably on to plan B, 6, 9, H, and J. Great. Well, I just spent about 45 minutes driving to get this coil here. I think the hardware was still in that box. This one looks, well, I just bent it too, but that's okay. She'll come around. That's close enough. Put this in, and then I got a new module as well, so we get rid of the old one. And figured this way, the guy doesn't have to troubleshoot it anymore. It's gonna work. Well, we hope it's gonna work anyway. Ow. Guys' knees just aren't what they used to be. Well, she clearly needs a fuel cell. And now we could test on that pump. So I did the right thing and went to the toilet store. Picked that up, and we'll hook her up and see if the old pump works. Alright. Good enough. Got about a half gallon in there. Got her unhooked up here. So we'll see if we can get some fuel out of it. Well, might have to prime that old pump. Well, we'll go ahead and say that pump's bad, so I did the right thing and just put another one next to it. And I'll just bend all that into shape. Snip that back on. And that ought to pull some fuel up, and then I think I'll just get a bungee cord or something and go ahead and snag that in there. Okay, another attempt here. That's all fandangled. I did find a bad check valve, so I did the right thing and just took the end of my inline sander out, popped it on, and that looks great. So now we'll see if we can get some fuel up here. There she goes. Well, that stuff looks good. There we go, that brown varnish. That'll run great. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the towel in for today. I think it's hot, and then got cold snacks just chanting in the background that really need some help from me. Apparently a radio capacitor is a thing, and now be dipped if the old parts stores don't carry those. So went ahead and ordered one of them in from Nebraska. That's going to be a couple days. But I got to get that car off the trailer. Jessica's going to help me just kind of ease that off the trailer, and we're going to push her back into the trees. And then we'll do a part 2 coming up here shortly. But these skeeters again, they don't forget to put this stuff on. Oh God, that burns. Well, I've only got the one car hauler / lift. So I need to get the old Monza off if I'm going to take something else. And since she don't run, that's going to be a bear with a locked rear and no tires. So I've got a plan. And it kind of looks like this. Over to that there tree. And I think if I just go ahead and ease her forward, she should plop right down on the tree row for me. And away we go. Them ramps, they'll come unhooked. So guy's running out of options, but this should work great. Well, this ought to work for a little while anyway. She'll ride back here. Like I said, we're going to do a part 2 here coming up pretty soon. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the little bell thing. That does something interesting apparently. Thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. See you next time.